You're listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Time now for Point Blank. And Point Blank on Eyewitness News tonight, we'll talk about the Ghana school feeding program. In recent times, we've heard of news about the termination of the appointment of caterers currently under the program. In the studio are two ladies who are actively involved or actively engaged in the National School Feeding Program. First of all, we have Adizatu Ankra, who is the National PRO of the National School Feeding Caterers Association, and Margaret Labi, Deputy PRO of the National School Feeding Caterers Association. Recent time we heard of news of the termination of appointment of caterers under the school feeding program. Ladies, good evening. Thank you very much for coming to our studios.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, I think on the 2nd of May this year, we saw a press statement from the Ghana National School Feeding Program announcing the termination of appointment of all caterers, under the program. And you are victims of these termination of appointments, I guess.
Yeah.
How did you get to know?
Okay. Good evening to your listeners. And based on the question that you've asked, it was on the social media.
You heard it on social media?
Social media. The termination of the appointment wasn't a letter given on to us. We saw it on the social media.
No formal communication?
No formal communication. Nothing of that sort.
Have you been to the ministry to find out?
We've been to the minister's office. Even today, we were there this afternoon. But she sent somebody to come and see us. We were in our numbers, but we're still waiting to see, because we've sent some petition to her. So we're waiting to see what she's going to tell us.
Anisa, how many are you? I mean, the caterers in terms of numbers?
We are 34,000 women.
Across the country?
Yes.
And the appointments of all 34,000 have been terminated?
Yes.
And so you had a contract to cook till when?
Till August 25th.
Could you come a bit closer to the microphone?
To 25th August.
Of this year?
Yes.
And so from now till August, you are not cooking?
That's what they said.
And so what happens to the children you cook for?
We don't know. We are waiting to hear what you're going to tell us. That there are some other caterers are going to cook. We don't know. And I don't think, so far as our contract is not ended, I don't think there's another caterers that has been for the children.
From your own investigation, do you think there's a reason? From your own investigation, you think there's something wrong? That's why this particular decision was taken?
Thank you very much for this question. All what I can say about this is, we were with the minister. Immediately she came to office. We went and welcomed her and talked to her. So far as she have our contacts, and she know where she can find us. If there's any problem, I think she can call on us for us to come and sit down and talk about it. But not to just terminate all the contracts of the 34,000 women.
Margaret, which schools do you cook for and where?
I cook for Medina SDA.
Medina SDA, here in Accra?
Yes, here in Accra.
And how many, in terms of the number of school children you cook for, how many are these children?
422.
422. And these are to where?
The school is at Dansoma, Ebenezer A and Zion.
That's Ablekuma West.
Ablekuma West.
There were reports about the quality of food, the caterers cook for these children. And I don't know if that is the reason, but then a lot of people have, raised issues with the quality of food, given to these school children under the school feeding program in the schools. It has come up for question. You cook good food? Yes, Margaret.
It's a perception of others. I'm telling you, when you get to the ground, or when you go out to investigate about the kind of food we cook. Though I will not be speaking for everyone, I know 95% of caterers are giving out good food. That one I can be assured of that. To talk of what you asked her earlier on, you see the transitional team had a meeting. Previous administration, that was 2008. The policy of school feeding itself is a policy from former President Otumfuo.
Yeah.
Yes. So 2008, 2009, when we were leaving out from PA, there were a little bit of, a whole lot.
Yeah.
So 2016, 2017, when we came into PA, in the wisdom of the transitional team from the NPP side came out to say, no, let's leave the women to cook till the term ends. So they gave them 3 terms. That is first term, second term, third term.
Yeah.
Of which it was in August, September before, or August, that their contract was terminated. So we started in September. Same applies to 2024 when there was
a change
of
in government. Yeah.
The transitional team met the current transitional team, and they put that thing across.
Proposal before them.
Proposal before them, and it was accepted. So even the other women that we thought they would be given contracts, they all knew very well that they would start their contracts in September. We don't know what happened. We have no idea. The minister, the gender minister, has met our leaders. There has been a lot of communication between them, of which she's aware and she knew very well. And she has even told them that the contract is going to end in August. Because of that, there was some payment made to us last month. That was getting to the vacation. Payment was made. It is the same money that was given to us that we've used to purchase a lot of food items for the children.
In anticipation of the reopening of the next term.
Next term. So if you know, or if you knew for sure that you were not going to give us...
Okay, I'll be glad if you could put your phone on yeah.
You will not give us the contracts. You should have informed us when that payment was effected. You never said anything. If you use the little that we have to buy those food items. For instance, there has been a lot of education to us for us using made in Ghana products.
Yeah.
So normally what we do is we try getting especially local rice from the northern region. I don't sell in the market. So with what I have purchased, what am I going to do with it? I have a lot of stews. I have a lot of rice, beans, curry, all sorts of things. Fish, enough. What am I going to do with it? All that we are saying, we want the minister to rescind this decision that she's taken.
There are many who have also read politics into this. There's a general perception out there, which I'm sure you know, that the school feeding caterers are always the women organizers of the political parties. And so when every political party comes to power, it is an avenue to give jobs to their women organizers. And so you will not want to rule out politics from this, would you?
Okay, that was then, but when IMF came in, they let us do that. They brought the school feeding for Ghanaians, not a political party. That is what IMF told us. We were there, we sat down with IMF, World Bank, and at lab, which I and the president were
You were in that meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
We accept all this thing in good faith. So even, okay, for instance, you want to give it to your women organizers. We have an option. Let our contract end. Take it. That is all we are pleading for. So for now, we are pleading because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said, and he's the only president who has chosen a woman as his running mate. And then His High Excellency Lordina Mahama. They are all women. They know how single women suffered. They know how orphans suffered. They know how women, if women are in something, how that thing goes and how it ends. So we are pleading with them for them to come out, just to let us cook to the end of our term, so that they come and take it. We have no problem. That is all we are pleading for.
So Margaret, for now, the school children will not have food till end of the term. Is that it?
I have no
Because you guys are not cooking now.
Yes.
As we are not cooking,
We are ready to go and cook.
as we are not cooking, there is no food at the school. For instance, I have orphans in where I say. So I don't know what is happening to them at the moment. Their source of food is what we send to the school. Even when you are sick and you have them at heart, you go back, you make sure you go and serve. So those children, they are there and there's nothing going on. No food for the kids. But I think this policy was brought to alleviate poverty sort of.
And also increase the enrollment in schools.
Schools. But we don't know. If, as you asked my boss, if people wanted to get into politics, into this, we are not in here for that. All that we are here for, we are pleading that they should allow us to cook up to the end of the term so that we hand over to them.
Apart from trying to meet the minister, which you went to the ministry today but was unsuccessful, what other options are available to you?
We this afternoon, our president said tomorrow we have other petitions to be sent to. We trying to get in touch with Otumfuo.
That's something to
intervene because he did something of that sort in terms of the IMF program. Yes, he was much involved into the school feeding, so we're trying to get him to go and plead to him to plead on our behalf. We're trying to go to the chief Imam. Tomorrow we have a lot to do to send some petitions to other how do I say
influential individuals
in the country to be able to speak on our behalf.
Alisa, what do you want to be done? You want your contract, brought back so you can cook till end of the term. Is that what you really want?
That is all we want, and nothing more.
You don't seek a renewal, maybe after it ends and you want to renew it?
We don't think, if they said, even I'm tired, if not because we have already buy our food stocks, we just leave it. We should just let it go. But because of what our food items that we have bought, that is the reason why we are pleading. And if we are ready, those two are coming. I don't think they know what they are coming to face. So we are just welcoming them.
If you say those who are coming, people who are already going to take over from you?
That's what they said. No. As you said, if any government comes, they do give their schools to their women organizers.
Yeah.
Fine. If that is what they are trying to do, they are welcome. But we are just pleading that they should allow us to cook for the end of the term. Then we leave it for them.
Mami, you want to say something?
Yes. It's based on what we heard about the minister, what she said.
Okay.
We are aware we can renew our contracts, blah, blah, blah. And that is not what we are in for. No. Renewal of contract is a secondary matter. All we are asking for, what's transpired between the two transitional team, and then allow us to go to the end of the term. So we are done.
The statement the ministry issued in respect of this matter, there's an option that says that they are reviewing the whole school feeding system. They want to review everything, and so terminating your appointment is part of the review process. I'm sure that after the review, who knows, you may be called back to continue what you're doing.
Thank you.
Don't you think you need to give them time for them to do this review, and then when they are done and there's a need to call you back, they will call you back?
If there were to be a review, the review should have done during the vacation. Review will not be when the school children are in school. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yes. Because the moment school reopens, you are to feed. The moment school reopens, you are to feed. So if there were to be any reviewing, which should have been done during school, was not in session.
But there was some monitoring. I know the ministry commissioned some monitoring process in respect of this whole school feeding program. I'm sure this monitoring report is what has resulted in this decision by the ministry.
Which schools did? Was there any monitoring? Sorry, which of the schools? For instance, I cooked the whole term. There was non-cooking day when it was a holiday for the whole country. That is. So if there has been some schools or a caterer who was not able to cook, it is the duty of the minister, those who went to monitor, to even call our president, the executive, and to report. But to terminate and make it as if it's a general thing for the 34,000 people in the country, caterers, no. For SDA, for instance, Medina, no. I cooked. I'm sitting in front of your console to tell you I cooked.
You can't even go and check.
So where? I did, she did, another person did, another that. So where?
How is the payment plan when it comes to the school feeding program? They pay you, you buy food stuff or use your money to buy food stuff after cooking, they pay you. How's the payment plan?
It's a pre-finance sort of, and we don't want to go there, please.
It's pre-finance. If we want to go there.
No, we don't want to go there. Please.
These are two ones wants to give me information. What's the plan like?
Don't go there.
why are you all shying from that? Because
before you get even the contracts, the forms that is going to be given to you, it's on it that is pre-finance.
Okay.
Can you?
So you look for your own funds.
Yes.
Go get the items, come and cook for the children, and then government pays you back.
Yes. If you finish this term, the next term that you're going to, before you end the next term, the first term will be paid to you. So they are, and there are sometimes we do cook for one solid year, 3 times without pay. We still continue to cook. So that's why I say they should come. We are waiting. So we are just pleading because we have already buy our food stocks. So we just want to finish for them to come and take over. As they were saying, as the minister is saying that, as you know, the system is now everything is politics.
Mm-hmm.
But IMF and World Bank let us know that we shouldn't put politics in this, because if we bring politics in this, we are risking the life of the children. I don't know the children, MPP, NDC, PNC.
They are all children. They are cooking for children. Yeah.
If I get to the school, I buy, I serve everybody. So where come from this MPP, NDC issue? Women organizers, deputy women organizers, and MPP, CPP. Where come from those things? Just imagine. 34,000 women. We all have cooks, 2, 3. Some people have 4 workers. Imagine all these people are going to sit down. They will say we are coming to. Just imagine.
That's all listening to Eyewitness News, point blank segment on Eyewitness News. Tonight, my guests are 2 women who cook for the Ghana National School Feeding Program, caterers to be precise. Adizatu Ankara, who is a national PRO of the National School Feeding Caterers Association, and Margaret Labi, Deputy PRO, the National School Feeding Caterers Association of Ghana. Margaret, I'll ask you this. You said that you are trying to get other influential people to, intervene and then get this whole one. What if these interventions don't work out? What will be the final option? You just have to give up?
No, there is a plan B, but that one I will not disclose.
Tell me the plan
no.
B.
I'm not going to disclose that.
Tell me the plan B.
No, I'm not going to disclose that.
You're not going to tell me that?
Yes, there is always a way out.
But then your contract ends in August.
Yeah.
Yes.
So roughly we are in May. So like 3 or 4 months away, right?
Sure.
So you're pleased that let you guys finish your contract, and then whatever decision they may want to take, they will take
Fine.
that decision.
That's all.
When did you start cooking? Which year?
2017.
2017. I did that you do the same, right?
Yes.
So you've been
September.
doing this for the past 8 years.
7 or 8.
Yes, it's
8
27 years.
years.
So it's
Almost 8
it's 8 years.
Yes.
And within these 8 years, you didn't have any challenge until now.
Yeah.
Yes. The only challenge we have is maybe delay of payment, and that is all. That is why the IMF came in
To
because
support.
we protest against it, because all the time we were told it's pre-finance. First term, the second term, you are going to be paid. So if you have worked for 1 good year without payment, at least you will talk, because the banks is our annex. So we have to talk. When that's where Otumfuo, Nanama Brebe Mwasiamao came in, then go to IMF and speak on our behalf.
I'm getting a message here from someone who is listening. It says that for instance, in the northern region, there are days that even the women who are supposed to cook do not even show up to cook. And it was part of these reports that culminated in this decision to review the entire, entire school feeding, catering system. And so, if that is what is happening, then the minister may be right in taking this particular decision.
I am not doubting that. I said in my earlier submission that I am not doubting that. That is why I gave us 95% of the caterers. Per the contract that was signed to us, it's written boldly that if there becomes non-cooking days for 2 weeks, you are likely to, your contract is likely to
To be
be
terminated for 2 weeks
For 2
without
weeks.
cooking.
without
15
cooking
days, yeah.
Okay.
for that. So if there is something of that sort, nobody stops the minister to stop that person from cooking. No, the minister is right to do that. But what about me? I have cooked. You go to my school, the headmistress will tell you. You go to her schools, you go to the other person. So you cannot use somebody's non-cooking days to terminate my contract. It doesn't work like that. No. I told you the earlier one, I'm sitting in front of your console to speak to you or to tell you that I have No, for last term, I cooked. For the whole term, the non-cooking days that came in was the only holidays
Yeah.
that came in. Yes.
Okay, Elder, we are almost running out of time. My final question to you. So for the food stuff that you have, the food items, what happens to it? Is there a way you can sell it to those who are coming?
How can you?
You don't even know the
You
person.
have used some to make a stews in your freezers. You have blended some. This Mrs. Kwashiga, may her soul rest in peace. When she's alive, almost every month we do make a workshop and taught us some, so everybody know how to store things in her freezer. So for now, how can I send stew
Stew to somebody.
Yeah.
to somebody?
You don't even know the person. Or you know.
You see, that is why we are playing. If it's something we can take it back, okay.
Yeah.
But it's not something we have prepared something that we can't take it out and nothing we can do. If that's it,
So you prepare the food in anticipation of school reopening.
yes,
That's what you
that
do.
was
The
something.
stew.
Yeah,
The
the
stew.
Okay, so there's stew and those
yes,
ones.
and
Yeah.
shito, so far, and we have to prepare those things. And what I cook is what I eat, my children eat, even my husband. So if I cook a food, that's how can I eat some? How can my husband eat some? I have grandchildren; those are going to school. I do pack it for them to send it to school. So please, we are just
Okay.
pleading. We are pleading
All you want
with the
is that
ministry. they should allow it to cook.
They should rescind this particular decision,
Yes.
allow
That
you
is
to
all.
cook, and
To
when
the
the
end of the
contract
term.
ends, whether they want to renew it or terminate it, then that should be done. Okay, all right. Adizatu Ankara, National PRO, the National School Feeding Caterers Association, and Margaret Labi, Deputy PRO, National School Feeding Caterers Association. Thank you very much for coming to our studio. And this has been another exciting edition of Point Blank on Eyewitness News that came to you live from our studios here in